Hey guys, How I Met Your Mother is a famous classic sitcom about the one in modern relationship, and it sets up the biggest quiz as the first episode of this show is Who is Mother, and is not revealed until the final season. But I would say there is a amount of people who is not satisfied with this result, and someone even is saying that is this show more appropriate to be called How I Met Your Mother or How I Met Your Mother, but I am still in love with your Aunt Robin. Maybe you don't know that this show is almost being present in China at the same time with America. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 hours later, but it's nearly at the same time. And the final season is also like throwing a bomb into the China fans community. Привет, Devilish and Bruce here, and in this video we'll explore how Chinese fans react to the final season of How I Met Your Mother. Okay, so before the formal review part, I think I want to insert some fun facts between China and How I Met Your Mother. And if you are not interested, you can just skip to the review part. And the first is about the translation name of How I Met Your Mother. It has two versions. The first one is 老爸老妈浪漫史. It could be translated back to English, literally means the romance between father and mother. I think it's a very appropriate name because it highlights the romance that is so of the romantic atmosphere, and I think that's the most special spirit that could make it so long living. Yeah. Second translation name is 寻妈记, Mother's Sinking Tale. It's dedicated to a also classic Chinese show, and it's like a odyssey or a trip, because when we are watching this show, all of us we are wondering, okay, who is the real mother? And isn't it this girl? So everyone is so suffering, and so is Ted. And I think it really describes how difficult it is to seek the real mother during this tale or trip. Okay, that's the first fun fact. And the second one is that actually, in How I Met Your Mother, there are so many Chinese elements, right? Like the gambling game, the 行还是不行, and the second one is about the slap history and the slap of 1,000 exploding sounds. I have to say that I'm kind of sorry to see that so many white actors that we love so much playing yellow in this show. Yeah, I think the producers are just saying that, so I hear that they removed this episode, but that's also a pity because we could not see the final step of the sub-bet. Okay, so that's fun fact part, and now let's move to the review part. Okay, and the review part is from Douban. Douban is like the Chinese version of IMDb. You can see actually many comments are from like 2013 or 2014, which is the time the show has ended. So, the good news is that How I Met Your Mother season 9 has a 8.2, which is quite high because it's 8.2 out of 10, so it's quite high quality. But you can still see that's a rate from my friends, and it's 4.0. Okay, so you can see in the comments or community there are so many different posts. Some of them are even posted like 2014, but there are still so many new posts that are posted like 2024, 2025, which means it's very new and it's very lively because there are still so many people started watching it. They just know it, And okay, let's check it about the posts. Let's check the posts about the final episode. The first season is the people who are critical about this about the final episode is the one who really loves it, because the final ending of this show is just kidding. and I couldn't stand the April Fool joke. I I seriously cried to death. I prepare the paper toilet because I'm afraid to be touched too much. But actually, I cry because I feel so suffering because I want to break the windows of the screws. And he's a child history by this author. Yes, if this script uh, take it from the later parts, like about how Ted has changed after 6 years that Tracy died, I will say nothing because we witnessed it together. But you just give us a result like this. It's like a bomb. Also, there's so many predictions, but actually, I'm not prepared for that because I think that's most impossible ending for this show. But it's fucking made like this. For real. Unaccepted. Okay, so this is a main parts about the post and his comments. And the first one, Robin said she doesn't. Robin said she didn't love Ted. Ted is just backup for Robin, and I feel so sorry for Bonnie and Mother. Crying. This is a crying emoji, and the last touching part really touched me. Fuck. And the second part is, I'm so angry that the script writes the mother to death for no reason, and he just couldn't make the true love last until all going old. And I'm so mad that the script that Ted turn around and around and come back to robbing the beach. The script set up so much, but all the setups just move on to nowhere, to somewhere that we don't know. It's not that Ted could turn to someone else. It's that the acting of talented Robin makes people feel like that. He didn't forget Robin at all. We feel so unworthy for the mother. Okay. Oh my god, this is so emotional. This is so emotional. I could not even react to that. Okay. Actually, all the comments are so, I would say, so rational. It's very emotional, but it's also very rational. Uh, even today, there are so many videos or comments about this video is like it's like a totally bomb. It totally fucked up all the setting ups before. Nowadays we know that the ending is like this because actually is already set up as a first episode. Because the children's play has already been filmed, and there's no way to change it because all of the children has been grown up, and if you want to change the ending, there's no way for you to take them back and to shoot the scene again. So but because this show or any artwork, it will just go like the artist wanted to go as planned, because all good artwork, it will gradually grow. Just like some famous novelists say that I am literally crying because I don't want my characters to die, but my works just live as itself. Even I feel so sorry to say goodbye to my loved characters, I still have to. So I think that's the same. I think I think the real best thing about this show is that they have set this and it's too early, really too early. If there's another way to earn it, that I believe that they won't do it in that way. Um. Okay, so that's it about the show. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Uh, the next one is this. I've checked it before. If you can change one thing in the last episode, what would you do? It's from it is ignited from a discussion from IMDb, and the posters say that I hope there was a miracle and Barney and Robin could have a child. Okay, but it's actually kind of hard for me to imagine that Robin will raise a child. I know there's an episode about how Robin going through all the puzzles or the questions about why she wants or doesn't want a child, but she finally found that uh, she wasn't able to give birth to a child. But according to the life, they're like traveling around the world and living the freedom. And I don't think it's better for them to have a child. Maybe that will make them not like them anymore. I think a child is not not about the love bond. It's also a bond of responsibility. So I don't think Robin and Bunny are responsible for that. At least from what I have watched in this show. Okay. Second one is okay. Bunny threw a plate of shit out of the window just on Ted's face. Okay. Okay. So I believe that many people still buy the couple of Robin and Bunny, but what should I say? They are very similar and they could understand each other very much. Yes, I agree on that. But the real question is, love is just not about understanding. Love is about affection and company and responsibility. Um, Sometimes two people who are too familiar with each other, they don't have to be. They don't have to be loved. They don't have to be partners. They could be friends. It doesn't mean that if you understand a someone who is not your gender, so you have to be in love with him or her or them. There's so many options. You can be like uh, best queer relationship or something like that. I have no idea. I don't know how to say that in English. Okay, but there's so many practice. There's so many forms. So I believe you could choose. It's not just about love itself. Okay, it's not about that you have to be the wives and husbands like the legal relationship. There's so many different forms. Okay, this one. This one is to delete last few minutes and just end as a yellow umbrella after the dialogue and count the end. Yeah, that's actually edited version of the DVD. I think. Okay, this one. Before the secret, why the final episode, their name were written on the death notes earlier. Okay, that's. I don't know if there's a tradition like sending the script something bad or unlucky. Like the life or the. So that seems illegal in America, but in China or in Eastern Asian culture is I would say is common, but it's predictable. So I think the scripts should really think that the word born in East Asian, yeah, that really saves the life. So let's check the last post. This one is very deep, very profound. The script thinks that a people could never walk out of his past or her past. Is written in 2025. Okay. This week I just watched again the last few episodes, last few seasons of How I Met Your Mother, and blah 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 blah. I still think there's something wrong with the script's brand, so that it brings the drama between Barney and Ted and Robin as the final season. Yeah, and and I think it's also the script's fault that Robin's character and virtue totally falls down. Today I will not talk about the issues about Ted's love. Like, he's still in love with love itself, and his love to Robin is always conditional. Okay, I think this author is really good. It's really deep about this show. Okay, and it's to use my value and from the perspective of growing up and love between Barney and Robin to talk about why should be Barney and Robin instead of the present end of the Blue Hole. And when rewatching this, I did see some questions, some problems about Barney and Robin, and I have some new opinions. But it will reflect that I'm the firm party for Barney and Robin. Party means that you are so rooted for this couple. Okay, Barney and Robin has his own trauma. It's true, and like Barney's trauma is as at his childhood, his father is absent, and Robin's trauma is in his original family. The love is absent, and many people said that Barney and Robin could be the insecurities, the character, and so that the relationship will come to the bad end. Well, Ted could satisfy Robin's daddy issue as a reliable father-like character. So these two face each other more. But love is not to find the one who can accomplish your childhood. It's not where you have the problem, so you need a solver. It's not that your father got a trauma, so you have to find someone who is father-like. It's not that if you, in the absence of law from your original family, you have to give birth to a bunch of children. The real thing needs to be make up is questions that you won't let it go. If you won't let it go, you couldn't release it for your whole life. If you're just trying to find someone who can fix your childhood, no matter it's Ted or Laura, it means that you will live in the state of past forever, and you could not grow up. And the issue that falling in love with daddy or mommy is still an issue. Is still an issue that you cannot move on. You still use the last part of your life to make up for your childhood. Love is not for that. It's in the company of two. You could let the past go and really move on and realize there's a better, beautiful life, more beautiful life, because the wound that is stabbed and bleeding is actually a hole, and you just need to forget the pain gradually, so the wound will heal, and that's a real cure. And the true love is to resolve the issue, and don't let the friends or partners around to substitute the father love in your fantasy. That's real cure and growing up. If the end is Ted with Robin and Barney with Nora, that means that for the whole life, they didn't let go the bound of their own issues. For 9 years, they haven't grown up. They still live in the past forever. So yes, I admit that Barney and Robin couldn't work as the issue character that the other are missing in the heart. But just like the couple model, Marshall and Lily. Marshall's father has died, and Lily used to dream about his art. All of these aren't safety issues Doesn't mean that Marshall and Lily are going to divorce and find a mother for wife, find a painter as husband to mix up for what they are missing. But Marshall and Lily's mutual love makes all these issues just bubble. It's about one side is enough for me to leave all the past pain because you made me see how life is beautiful. Just take it back to the season 8 about the Robin's wedding ring. And so is Ted and Tracy. Tracy has issues of Max passing by and is not solved in the former boyfriends before Ted, and is not solved by Ted too. And Ted is never a substitute for Max. But meeting Ted makes this issue a past, and the mother is letting go too. Don't let the past between the upstands, and two people could hand together to meet a better future. That's why Masha and Lily could growing together. Oh, it's kind of like the couple of Bill Gates, you know. That's how Bill Gates saying the reason of divorce, or his wife. I don't really remember. Okay, I got what you mean. How to say that? I mean that people could grow up, but actually, it's very hard for people to go over some issues or trauma. If it's so easy in like 9 years to cover that, a trauma would not be a trauma, you know. A trauma would not be a trauma, you know. And I don't really think Barney and Robin as a perfect couple for each other. That does not mean that Robin and Ted will be the perfect couple. As I think this post has one thing, said one thing, highlights one thing, is that actually no one is growing up. Yeah, I think that's true. I think in HIMYM and Mother, the most different thing is that no one is growing up. No one has grown up. Ted seems to grow up. Like he has some touch moments at the end of some episodes, and he will change his life, and he decided to do something, but actually he never changed his mind. Is This is very special because you know, like Friends, Friends is a show that How Many Mother is replaced. In Friends, everyone has grown up and different from what they were as first episode. But in How Many Mother is not the same case. Everyone has some issues, has some traumas, have some I don't know how to say that correctly in English, like mental illness. But actually, none of them is cured or improved. Yeah, like. Just like what is said in this post, Ted is in love with love itself. Yeah, that thing is quite right. Like Ted is in love with romance or something like that. Is always right because he just wants to do something so romantically. Like in the first season, like the rain dance about the Indian tribe rain dance. Actually, it's kind of cheesy, you know, because if you really care about someone, you should just tell them, tell her or tell him about what we are seeking instead of doing some silly rain dance. You know, it touched people because it's so real, and it really worked. It's raining. It was raining, so that will touch people. But if in real life you're doing something like that, it's very cheesy. You're just touching yourself. You're just moving yourself. Okay, so that's my comments. Okay, I'm saying too much. Okay, only 4 likes and one save. There's no comments. I think this one is kind of touching. So too touching. Okay, so that's for the comments. So let's see the show review. Okay, this one. First at all, I saw thing of this show is that you will meet so many people on your travel, on your trip, and there's someone you don't like them enough, and there's someone you like, but you just don't work out, unfortunately. But there's someone someday you will meet your perfect match, and all the story was unlucky will turn into fortune. But this end just turns the whole show into that soulmate is not a thing. I just want to sleep with a beautiful girl that I met when I'm young. Even the character thing doesn't work, but she's good in shape. Oh my god, that's. I would say that's kind of going to age, but it got more than 1,000 likes. Okay, and this one is kind of poetic. Now, yes, I just want to say that Blue Home is from the start to the beginning. Why is there a need for the yellow umbrella? It's kind of poetic, but I couldn't translate it right. Okay. This one, how I met your stepmother. Fuck you. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? Okay. Okay, so there's a reviews from China, from Chinese fan to have the final season or the final episode from How I Met Your Mother. What's your opinion? How do you like the final episode of How I Met Your Mother? Please leave your comments. If there's like was a real perfect couple that you think it should be in the end, and welcome to leave your comments. That's all. Thank you.